Right. Welcome to Soulful Sunday Yoga. Thanks for showing up on your mat. My name is Lisa, and I'm so glad you're here. I have a couple things that kind of new things that I wanted to share with you today. One is a breathing technique, and one is I'm going to demo some poses that we haven't done yet before, and I'll show you some modifications. So I'm going to do that first. All right. So we're going to be in, at some point, we're going to get to downward facing dog. So we're going to be here. We're going to stretch up to three-legged dog here. And then we'll shift forward and we'll bring our shoulders over our wrists, our knee into our chest. The last time we were together, we placed our knee down, kickstand our foot out, and came here and brought our hand up. So we're going to take this up just one more notch this time. So knee into the chest, and then we're going to step through to the outer edge of our right foot. You can stay here, lifting your hips up, keeping the shoulders stacked over the wrists, or you can flatten out the back foot and then reach the left hand to the sky. This is called Fallen Star. Okay, so that's the first one. We'll be back in three-legged dog at some point. Option to bend the knee and stack the hip here. Or you can take your, come to wild things. We're going to bring our shoulders over our wrists once again, right toes to the mat, flatten out our left foot, stay on the ball of the foot of the right foot, then reach the right hand up overhead, lifting the hips up high. Okay. Then we'll come back to downward facing dog or three-legged dog and come down. So those are the two poses that we're going to add to today to our practice. And again, when we're there, I'll give you the modifications for those. So find a comfortable seat, and I'm going to sit up on my blanket. I'm going to sit up nice and tall. This breathing technique is called Nadi Shodhana, and it's alternate nostril breathing, and it's super helpful for settling ourselves down, also creating an equilibrium kind of between the two sides of the brain, because we're going to be breathing in through one nostril and out through the other, and kind of back and forth. So kind of imagine a rainbow going back and forth, and visualize. I love to visualize that actual rainbow. So I'm going to demonstrate to you what it looks like, and then we'll practice a few rounds together. And then just notice how you feel a little more grounded, a little more centered, a little more kind of at ease. So Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. So we're going to take our, and you can do this with me if you want to, or you can just watch this first round. So we're going to take our right hand, we're going to take our first two fingers and put them down. They're actually going to be on our third eye when we actually do it, but we're going to do that. So kind of like a shaka, like in Hawaii. So we're going to take our fingers are going to be here at our third eye, but I'm going to keep them down now so you can see what I'm doing. So we're first going to block our right nostril and then breathe in through the left nostril. So inhale, and take your ring finger, block the left nostril, and open up the right nostril, and then exhale the air out the right nostril. And then inhale through the right nostril, close the right nostril, open up the left nostril, exhale. So that's one full round of breath. So inhale, close the nostril, open up the thumb, exhale. Inhale, right side, close with the thumb, release the ring finger, exhale. And inhale, left side, close the left nostril and exhale out the right. All right, if you weren't doing it with me that time, let's do it together just for a round of practice, and then we'll get centered and then we'll start together. So go ahead and let's actually take our left hand and make an OK sign, just like this, and turn your palm up and place that on your left knee. And take your right hand and take the your first two fingers, place them on your third eye. And now we have our thumb that's ready to go and our ring finger that's ready to go. And the pinky finger can just stay tucked. So And you can close your eyes or you can keep them open so you can maybe have a visual. But close the right nostril with your thumb. Inhale through the left nostril. Big breath in. Close the left nostril with the ring finger. Exhale out the right nostril, releasing the thumb. Inhale through the right. Close the right. Release the ring finger, exhale left. Inhale through the left. Close. And exhale right. Release your hand. If anybody has any questions that's on the call right now, you can unmute yourself and ask. Otherwise, we'll get to it. All right. So go ahead and find a tall spine. So we always want to, we do any kind of breathing exercise, you want to sit up nice and tall. We'll just do some Dirga Pranayama, that 3-part breath to get grounded. So deep inhale through the nose, filling up the belly, the ribs and the chest. Then open mouth, exhale. Let it go. 2 more times like that. Inhale, big belly breath. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. 1 more time, inhale. And exhale. Nice. You can open your eyes if you need to and find your right hand ready to go, tucking those first 2 fingers. And once again, close the eyes and we're going to imagine that rainbow of breath as it equalizes through both sides of the brain. So, first 2 fingers, sorry, to the 3rd eye here. Take the thumb to the right nostril and close it. We'll do 5 rounds of this breath. Inhale through the nose, left side. Close the left nostril, exhale out the right. Inhale through the right. Close, exhale out the left. Inhale through the left. Close, exhale out the right. Inhale through the right. Exhale out the left. Inhale left. Close, exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close, exhale left. Last round, inhale left. Close, exhale right. Inhale right. Close, exhale left. Release the hand, right hand down, keeping the eyes closed. Take a big inhale. And exhale, let it go. Just pause for a moment just to notice any differences, maybe a more connected feeling to your body, the breath. Maybe you can actually feel that equalizing on both sides of the brain. Maybe you just feel a calmness in your spirit. With the eyes open, Nadi Shodhana. So I'm going to go ahead and if you're, again, not on something and you would like to be propped up on something, go ahead. Take the right shin in front of the left shin as you're sitting in cross-legged pose, Sukhasana. We're going to be switching the cross of our legs. So sit up nice and tall here, right leg in front of the left. Inhale, bring the hands up to the sky. Maybe the gaze follows. Exhale, release hands down to the earth. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands to the earth. One more time, inhale, reach. This time, palms come together, hands to the heart. Release the hands down in front of you to the earth. And then walk yourself forward. Finding that reach, the hands, and take your fingertips over to the right. And inhale through center. And take your hands over to the left. Pause here. You send the right sit bone, right hip down toward the earth. Feel a stretch in the right side body. Let the head be heavy, gazing down toward the floor. Your next inhale, walk the hands over to the left, reaching the left hand quite a ways away from your hip. There, inhale, take the right hand up towards the sky, and then find your side body stretch. So bending the left arm as much as you need to find as deep of a side body stretch for the right side as you'd like. Breathe here into the space in the ribs and the side body. One more full cycle of breath. Drawing the belly button to spine, round the spine, and then draw the right hand to the left knee, and left hand comes behind you for a twist. Sit up nice and tall. Exhale to look behind you for that twist. One more breath here. Inhale, long spine. And exhale into your twist. Inhale back to center. Roll the shoulders up to the ears and down and back. Switch the cross of your legs so left shin is in front of right. Breathe the hands up to the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Release the hands to the ground in front of you and slow your walk yourself there in your forward fold. Inhale to walk your hands over to the left. Wait for your exhale. And inhale through center. And exhale, walk your hands over to the right. And your left sit bone, your left hip down deep into the mat. Feel that spaciousness in the left side body. Take the right hand away from the right hip, but we'll pop to the side. And inhale, left hand to the sky, open up. And find your side body stretch here, the side. Once again, bending the right arm any amount. With that deep side body stretch. At the beginning of all of our yoga practices, we want to do what's called pradapana. It's moving the spine in 6 directions. From this side body stretch, hollow out the front body, drawing belly buttons to spine, and then take the left hand to the right knee and right hand behind to sit up nice and tall. Finding your twist on this side. Exhale into that twist. One more breath in. And one more breath out. Inhale back through center. Pull the shoulders up to the ears. And back and down. Coming off of your blanket, if you are supported by one or a block, you can always place the blanket underneath your knees for a little more support if you'd like. I'm going to because I have such a special blanket with me today. So find a tabletop here, wrists underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hips. Inhale to find your cow pose, dropping the belly, taking the chin and tailbone high. And with your exhale, round here, chin to chest, belly button to spine, tailbone down to the ground. Moving slow, inhale, cow pose. Take the whole inhale to get there. And exhale, rounding into cat. Your exhale is finished, come back into cow pose. With your inhale, and rounding into cat with your exhale. Inhale back to neutral tabletop. Send the right foot behind you, extending that leg. Toes are tucked. And then find the rocks forward and back. Find stillness here. And reach the right leg behind you, lifting it up for part of our spinal balance here. Do remember to bring the belly buttons to spine here. So rather than dumping the belly down and arching through the back, I'm going to pull the belly button to the spine so we have this long action here. Inhale to reach the left hand forward to find the spinal balance. And then exhale, draw the knee into the nose, the elbow in tight. Inhale to find your length, spinal balance. This time with your exhale, draw your left hand out to the side and your right leg out to the side. So it looks like this awkward airplane. Inhale back to your spinal balance. Exhale into the center. Inhale to reach long. Exhale to draw the left leg, right leg out, left arm out. This is too much. You can always bend both limbs and both levers are a little shorter. Inhale back to the spinal balance. Exhale, knee and nose together. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, find your awkward airplane or left arm and right knee bent. Inhale to find that length. And exhale, left hand and right knee come down. Shift the hips side to side for a little movement. And then the second side, send the left leg back. Rocking forward and back here a little bit. Like some sensation in the left calf. Find your stillness here. Lift that leg as you roll your belly button to spine. Okay, engaging the abdominals. Inhale to reach the right hand forward to find spinal balance. Press to the heel, reach with the fingertips. Inhale to find the length. Exhale, draw knee and nose together. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, find your awkward airplane. Left leg out, right arm out. Inhale to lengthen. Reach. Exhale, knee to nose. Come into center. Inhale to lengthen. Option to bring bent knee and bent arm. One more round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, out to the side. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hand and knee come down. A little shift side to side to get a little bit of movement in the hips. And I'm going to move my blanket by preparing for downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, hover the knees off the mat just a few inches. Engage those abdominals. And slowly with your exhale, draw your chest toward your thighs and the chin or the hips to the sky. And your downward facing dog, generously bend one knee, let the opposite heel fall to the ground. Switching sides, generously bend the other knee. The other heel comes down toward the earth. And it's okay if your heels don't touch. One more time each side. And back to your downward facing dog, and then bring the feet together so they touch. Inhale up to those tippy toes, and then with your exhale, draw the heels over to the right and the hips over to the right. Take a generous bend in the knees. And inhale through center. Drop the heels and the hips over to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Inhale through center. And exhale out. Inhale through center, high on those tippy toes. Exhale, sink the heels. Inhale, right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, shift forward, shoulders over the wrists, knee into the chest. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, come forward, knee into the chest. Pause for a moment, and then decide your choice for your variation here. So drop the knees, skip down the foot out, and parallel your foot to come to that variation we did the other week. Or knee into the chest, step through with the right foot staying on the outside edge of that foot to your fallen star. So again, you can pause here or parallel the left foot to the back of the mat and inhale, left hand to the sky. Make sure your right shoulder is over that wrist, hips nice and high to the sky. Gaze down to the ground or up towards our fingertips. Take one more breath. Exhale, left hand comes down, right knee into the chest. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, shift forward, knee into the chest. Then step the right foot in between your hands. Flatten out or drop the back knee, flatten out the left foot. Rise up as you scissor hug the front knee, front ankle, front heel, back knee towards each other, making sure front knee and front ankle are in alignment. When you're ready, inhale, hands reach to the sky, and then rotate out the ankles, the wrists. Start making circles with your wrists as you reach for the sky. Nice. Find stillness there, reach for the sky. Maybe look up towards those fingertips. And exhale, bring your hands to the inside of the right foot. Heel toe that right foot over to the right edge of your mat or to your practice space. And then turn your foot out, your toes out, 45 degrees. And as you deepen into this runner's lunge here, make sure that your right knee is still stacked over the right ankle. Pouring the weight into your left hand, take the right hand to that leg. Find a little twist for the spine. Feeling the sensation in the left hip flexor. You can still stay here if this feels good. Otherwise, bend the left knee. For some of us, this is enough. We'll reach the right hand back for that foot. This is a perfect place to be, or reach for the pant leg and ankle or the outside edge of this foot for a quad stretch. Gaze back towards your fingertips to find there to that foot. Find a little deeper twist. One more full cycle of breath. Then slowly release the foot if you have it without slingshotting it to the floor. And with control, reach the right hand up and back to the mat. Shift the weight, the hips back, keeping this foot nice and wide and those toes turned out for a variation of half splits. So take your hips over to the right just a little bit to square them up. And then just notice the difference in this half splits as we're a little bit wider. Maybe you can explore a little bit, taking the toes left to right. And when you find a place that feels like, oh, this will be a good place to pause and stretch. Take 3 more cycles of breath into that place that you've chosen. And your next inhale, take those toes back towards the front of the mat. Hands come up there as well. Tuck the back toes, sweep the right foot up high to the sky, three-legged dog. Stack the hips here, one on top of the other, but square the shoulders to the front of the mat. Stay here in this stacking of the hips in your three-legged dog, or find wild thing here. If you're going for wild thing, shift your shoulders over your wrists. Drop the right foot down to the mat. Straighten the left leg. Flatten out that foot to the mat. Stay on the ball of the foot of the right leg. Lift the hips up. Maybe you reach the right hand for the sky or up overhead. Take one more breath. Inhale, lift those hips. And exhale, gaze to the mat. Spin back around. We'll meet in three-legged dog. Extend the right foot to the sky. Exhale, right foot meets left. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, sink the heels. Second side, inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee into the chest. Cover those shoulders over the wrists. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, reach through. Curve, draw the knee into the chest. Take your variation here like we did last week, or knee into the chest. Step that left foot through on the outer edge of the foot. Parallel the right foot to the back of the mat. Lift through the hips as you take the right hand up to the sky. Left shoulder is stacked over left wrist. One more breath. Inhale, lift through the hips. Exhale, gaze to the mat. Right hand comes down. Left knee into the chest. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee into the chest, and then step through between your hands. Drop the back knee and flatten out the foot. When you're ready, rise up to your low lunge. Second that front knee, front ankle. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky as your scissor hug those front heel and back knee together. Good work. Then we'll find some rotations for the wrist in the other direction, if you can remember. Otherwise, just find some rotations. Give a little relief for those wrists. One more inhale to reach fingertips up. Find that space in the side bodies. And then hands come to the inside of the left foot as you heel toe that foot out to the edge. And take the left foot out to 45 degrees, so toes spilling off of your mat. Pour the weight into your right hand. Take left hand to the inside of the left thigh. And find a little twist or rotation for the spine. One more breath here, or you can choose to stay here. If you want to move on, just simply bend the right knee, reach the left hand back. Whether you make contact or not, it doesn't matter. You're still deepening into that twist and getting a quad stretch for the right leg. If you can reach the foot or your pant leg, reach a hold and find something. Then push the foot into the hand. Hand supports that foot as you can find a little bit more rotation for the spine. One more breath into this quad stretch. On your inhale, release that foot, slow to the ground as you reach the left hand up. Then the left hand meets right. Shift your weight back, half splits. Toes to the sky, the toes still turned out to the left. Shift your hips over to the left just a little bit. And notice the sensation in this hamstring, perhaps the IT band. Or find that exploration. Moving the toes around, moving the hips side to side. Find a stretch that feels good for your body tonight. One more inhale. And stay for your exhale. Inhale to come back to that low lunge. Toes towards the front. Bring the hands up, tuck the back toes. Sweep the left foot high to the sky. And exhale, stack the hips here. Opening up. Choose to stay here, coming to wild thing on this side. We're shifting shoulders over those wrists. Left foot comes down to the mat, flattening out the right foot. Staying up on the ball of the left foot. Reach the left hand to the sky as you lift your hips up. Maybe finding more of a deeper back bend, reaching the left hand up over your face. One more breath wherever you are. You're flipped. Take your gaze down to the mat. Come back to three-legged dog. We'll meet here. And exhale, left foot comes to meet right. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, sink the heels. Take the knees wide, big toes come to touch, find your child's pose. Hips to heels. Again, it might feel good to release the pressure off the wrists, turning those palms up. We'll be finding some fists and some extensions for the fingers. Take one more full inhale and exhale here in your child's pose. Place the palms back down on the mat as you inhale to rise up. Short and sweet tonight. Take yourself to your seat. And scoot yourself forward. Feet to the front of your mat. And then slowly lower yourself down all the way. Draw your knees into your chest when you arrive. A little squeeze, a little rock side to side. Separate the hands, one on each knee. We'll find circles for the knees. Each knee making its own circle. A lot of times we'll do these circles at the beginning of our practice. You may notice that you like it better at the end of the practice or not. Reverse the circles and go the other way. I like these circles whenever. This feels good on my hips. Knees into the chest, give them a squeeze. Then send the feet up to the sky, legs up the wall pose, another one of my favorites. Tuck those shoulders underneath you and hands to the hamstrings so that this is a sweet legs up the wall. Point the toes and flex the feet just for a little extra stretch for the shins and the calves. And then some circles for the ankle bones. And reverse the circles. Find stillness here. And slowly bend the knees. Take the feet to the mat, hip width apart. Bending those feet into the mat. Shoulders underneath you as you reach your hands, palms down toward the heels. Finding bridge pose, inhale, lift the hips up. Stay for your exhale as you let the weight drop into the upper back, shoulders. One more inhale to lift the hips up. Press the palms into the earth. Stay for your exhale. And inhale up to tippy toes. And slowly round the spine, one vertebrae at a time, back to the mat. Extend the right leg long and the left leg long. And then rebend the right knee and the left knee. And release for the back. Cross the right ankle over the left knee. In our figure four stretch, for some of us, this is enough. Flex through the right foot, maybe bring the right hand to the inner thigh of the right leg. Just for a little opening here. If you'd like more, reach through and interlace the hands on the shin of the left leg, right underneath the left knee. Draw this left knee in towards you as much as the sensation that you're looking for. Flex through both ankles where you protect the knee joint. Release that interlace. And just take the right leg around the left leg. Nothing too complicated. Take the hands once again to interlace underneath the left knee. Draw both legs into your center. And then shift over to the left hip just a little bit. Hopefully you'll feel a little sensation in the right hip, maybe through the right glutes. So keeping the flex on the ankles, toes toward the shins. And release the arms out wide. Take the left toes down or left foot down to the mat. Shift your hips over to the right edge of your mat or your practice space. And then let your legs fall to the left, finding your twist. So leave the shoulder blades on the mat. Just take the legs over as far as they go. It doesn't have to be anything spectacular. Maybe take the gaze over to the right fingertips and then release the eyelids, close. Enjoy the twist in the spine. Maybe some sensation in the hip. On your inhale, just take the legs back up through center, but square your back body back on the mat. And cross your legs. Give your knees a squeeze. And then place the feet back down on the mat, hip width apart. Left ankle crosses over right thigh. Once again, an option to stay here, just pressing on the inner thigh of the left leg, or reaching through to find the figure four stretch. Flexing both feet, toes towards your shins. And shifting a little bit, a couple inches over to the right. You feel that a little bit more sensation in the left hip and across the glute. Inhale back to center. And just wrap the left leg around the right. Nothing fancy here. Interlace the fingers underneath the right knee on the right shin and give yourself a big squeeze with those legs into your center. More sensation for the hips and through the glutes. And release the right toes down to the ground so that you can shift your hips to the left edge of your mat, towards the left edge, just a couple inches. So that spine stays in alignment as you drop your knees over to the right, arms come out wide. Shoulders on the ground. So if your shoulders are on the ground, then maybe your knees are up higher, and that's okay. This gives some stability to the body as you allow your spine to twist. You take the gaze over to the left fingertips. Allow the eyes to close if that feels comfortable for you. So twisting for our spine today. One more full breath cycle here. And then shift yourself back to your back body. And wrap the legs and then draw those knees back into your center. Big squeeze. Then wrap your arms around as straight as you can get them. Inhale the forehead up to the knees. And then release into your Shavasana. Digging up space. Heels heavy into the mat, toes walk out to the side. And then arms release. 6 inches away from the side bodies. Turning the palms up. Now today in our Shavasana, we're going to incorporate that same visual that we did Nadi Shodhana with our, and seated, but we're going to do this in our Shavasana. So take your right hand and make a fist, kind of like we're closing the right nostril. Inhale through your left fingertips and watch the breath go all the way up through your arm, and then imagining it tingling my heart. And then exhale. Release the right fingertips and make a fist with your left hand like you're blocking the left nostril. Release the breath. And inhale through the right fingertips. Watch, trace the rainbow over to the right. Make that right fist and release the left fingertips. Inhale through the left fingertips. Make a fist with your left hand. Exhale through your right fingertips. Let it go. Inhale through your right fingertips. Fist with the right hand. Release the left fingertips. Exhale. Inhale through the left fingertips. Use the left hand, release the right. Exhale. Inhale through the right fingertips. Release through the left fingertips. Let go of both fists, so those fingertips, hands are relaxed. Take one more deep breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. The next few minutes are yours in your Shavasana. Enjoy. When you're ready, start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Add some movement to the wrists and the ankles. Maybe take your head side to side. Draw your legs together and reach your arms up overhead. Take a whole body stretch. Inhale, get as long as you can. With your exhale, draw the knees into the chest. Give them one more squeeze. Roll onto your favorite side. Pause there for a cycle of breath. When you're ready, press yourself up to your seat, letting the eyes stay closed. Stand nice and tall when you arrive. Take a moment to notice how you feel at the end of a sweet, soulful practice on a Sunday evening or whenever you're practicing. Noticing the effects of Nadi Shodhana, the alternate nostril breathing. When you're ready, bring your hands to prayer in front of the heart. Bow the head. Thank you so much for showing up to your mat, for being willing to try new things. You're awesome. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.